Let me start with the follow-up products. First of all, is you're going to get a protein drink with Emulin in it, right? And protein is a big thing right now in North America. We have protein in yogurt, in cheese, in bars, in drinks, what have you. Now, everybody's talking protein and adding protein to the diet. Nobody's talking about removing first the carbohydrates, right? So if you got a glass of muddy water, you've got to pour a lot of clean water to remove the mud. But you will remove the mud first. It's easy to put in clean water later. So we're the first company in the world, MLM or otherwise, that's going to introduce a protein drink that first will remove the excess carbohydrates and then add on the protein, right? And we're the first to not touch soy or milk. Soy has got a lot of problems, the hormones, the GMO. Milk has a lot of problems, lactose, and the hormones that feed the cows. We're using a pea protein, and we're going to blend that protein with a rice protein in a proprietary blend that gives you the same amino acid mix as you will get in a red bone steak. Okay, it's a purely vegan product. So we're going to take out the carbohydrates, which you don't want, which nobody else does, and add on the protein. Right?
When can we expect this fantastic product?
It's now going to registration with Health Canada, and I think we are 3 months away.
Wow!
So I expect that it will hit your shelf around about July.
Excellent.
Right?
And then we have the brand.
Then of course in North America, and again, by the way, our product has got no sugar in it, no starch in it, and it will not contain a lot of the cheap things used in protein drinks, to make it flavorful and tasty and all that. Then we have coming with a protein bar, because it's convenient. In North America, it's a big deal to have a bar. They can have in your pocket. You can pass it around in a party. You can pass it around when you go and do your networking sessions and say, "Here, try a protein bar. Talk to me tomorrow morning." And that bar again is going to be. I'm being very ambitious. We're going to be sugar-free, zero sugar, and we're going to work on adding ingredients that are natural. It's going to contain flaxseed, right, which is a very positive thing in terms of your blood sugar. So these are two products which we think will hit the shelf around about July, August.
So before the launch in Vegas.
Yes. Yes. Because by the time we come to Vegas, I hope you guys will turn up there with a sachet of the protein drink and a sachet of the bars. We can all enjoy that between meals. Right? Now, in Vegas, we plan to launch a stem cell releaser. I spoke last week in San Diego to a group of leaders, some from Canada, some who are on this call. And this is a new technology. It's all natural. It's coming from a lake in the United States where this documented clinically to release stem cells at every level. Now, there's a lot of science. A top leader told me about her mother who at 83 had Parkinson's, and she put on this product and the Parkinson's is gone away. The mother is now 91 and Parkinson's free. And that I know her, so I know that it's not mumbo jumbo. I was already listening. So I then got in touch with one of the 4 companies that can harvest this stem cell release, and he gave me more data of clinical studies, and he sent me a sample. So I gave it to all the leaders, that came and saw me. But around that time, my mother was in very frail health. She was 83 years old, and she had, for some reason, lost control of one eye. One eye was moving out, and she was falling very often. In fact, in one span of 3 days, she fell down twice and hit her head at the same spot. So she was actually in hospital. And I had one of that pack, and I said, "Look, let me just give it to her. Nothing, no harm done." And at that point, doctor saying maybe it's a brain tumor. Here's an 83-year-old lady with brain tumor. There's not much hope we are talking about. So I gave it to her. I gave it to her maid. Gave it to her in hospital, and she got discharged. And I went away to Perth, in Australia. And when I came back that weekend, I went to see my mother, and I thought she looked more perky and more sharper. But she then asked my daughter to sing for her. Now, my mother loves to hear my daughter sing. But for the last 6 months, she hasn't. She's been just ill and frail. She hasn't asked for that. And I told my daughter, go ahead, sing, your grandma's asking. My daughter sang. And as I got up to leave, she got up and walked with me to the gate. Here was a lady 1 week ago was falling all over the place, 10 days ago, and in very frail health, walking me to the gate. Now, that's now 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Now, her eye is back in focus. Now, that's not stem cells, I know what it is, right? And the other day was my son's birthday. She came out with the family. We had dinner for 2 hours, and I sent her back, right? So we're now going to launch that product in Malaysia as a test market. If it does well here, we're going to bring it and launch it in Vegas. Wow. It seems that in about 2 hours after taking it, it actually forces the release of both bone marrow and neuronal brain cells, stem cells, that people feel better in 2 hours. Yeah. And like any stem cell, it will then release this, I think you get several million cells being released, and then they go to parts of the body that need repair and regeneration and work there, like a typical stem cell would. A stem cell is a cell that's not yet differentiated, right? So at fertilization, you get these cells are formed, and they have no. At that point, it could become your eye or your bone or your skin, right? So that's pre-differentiated. So a stem cell is like a plasticine that can be molded into anything, right? Now, obviously, at birth and when we're very young, we've got a lot of stem cells because we're constantly healing and regenerating. As we get older, all this drops. As we get inflamed, all this drops. So there is technology, obviously, where you can inject stem cells into your marrow, into your tissue. It's all very costly, very expensive. But you can also now, nature has put in certain plants and foods, stem cell releases. They help the body release stem cells, right? And this stem cell release is equivalent to going and taking the stem cell injection, but in small, micro, regular doses.
What's the mechanism?
It will go to your bone marrow, but what's interesting is it's releasing at the neuronal level and the brain level as well. So they've done work on depression, they've done work on ADH, and they're getting very positive results. Right? So, like I said, this is not my area of expertise. I was asked to do this, but it fitted what we were talking about: regeneration, inflammation, and so one of the global experts is a guy called Stefano Scoglio, and he will be on site in Las Vegas to talk about it. That's right. Now, then we will have the brain formula, and that's Dr. Joe again, the technology from Emulin, but on the brain. As you know, with Alzheimer's, at some point people forget how to speak. It's a condition called aphasia, where they forget how to speak. Now, Dr. Joe has been, with his prototype formula, been able to reverse aphasia and reverse Alzheimer's. It's unheard of, but there is data. I've seen the documentation. I've seen the effect on rats' brain cells that are transgenic mice that become Alzheimer's. We are reversing it. And we suspect and we expect that you can have a reversal of possibility because we are actually healing the brain inflammation. We're back to brain again, inflammation. So it's just how unlucky you are, which part of the brain is affected, you get Alzheimer's. Now, in this case, one of Dr. Joe's shareholders is the owner of the Boston Red Sox. And there's a player there who had Alzheimer's and he had aphasia, forgotten how to speak. Today, not only can he speak, he's right now on a speaker tour in the United States. Right? And when we do launch it, we'll get him to come and speak to us. Right?
Now, is that going to happen this year as well, you think?
I don't think it'll happen. It'll happen in Q1 of next year.
Now, the sheep collagen, you have that already perfected.
Yes, we are the only company in the world that can make a collagen from sheep, from the sheep skin, and those collagen is made. We never kill the sheep. The sheep has already been slaughtered for its meat, but sheep skin is very thin and tender, so you can't make a boot or a belt. So by law in Australia, you have to burn or bury. So we have a technology where we are able to access the collagen from the skins, and we will have this as actually it's a liposome.
What does that mean for those?
Liposomes are most of the time when you eat a collagen, it gets broken down very quickly, so it doesn't actually get to your body the way you want it to. In a liposome, like your computer, your zip file, you reduce put so that you zip it up, let it get past the digestion, and then blow it up again in the body. So its absorption is up to 6 times better.
So it's a delivery vehicle, basically.
Yes, we work with a company in Spain, which is probably the player, and we've got a joint collaboration with them. So we'll be bringing out liposomal collagen. The most common protein in the human body is collagen. So when we talk about protein just now, the protein drink and the protein bar, all that eventually lines up to become collagen. So all this is collagen. This is all collagen. As we age, all this is going to sag because we don't produce as much collagen, right? Around about 42, 43, for the first time in our lives, collagen production will be lower than collagen destruction. So we start the aging process. The skin starts sagging, the body starts sagging, the bones start faking, and the good thing about collagen is that there's no allergy, so you can take it across species. You can take collagen from cow or pig or sheep or even fish and fowl. But the ideal collagen is warm-blooded collagen coming from mammals. And mammals we have pigs, where there's a lot of issue around pigs and religion, and cows, again, religion, but also pigs and cows are known for various diseases. Sheep is completely neutral to religion and culture. Sheep is also extremely friendly, and of course, Australia is the only country in the world with disease-free sheep. We should have that. We hopefully will be able to give you some samples in Vegas, but I think we'll launch that in Q1 of next year, Q1, Q2.